No way. I know. I'm here. I am here right now with you guys. How about that, huh? All right, I'm just setting up everything, making sure that my sound is on. So, and of course I have to write safe. Safe. Let's see. Sitting and feeling every bone in my body today. But I'm still safe, and that's all that matters. Woohoo! All right, so I'm ready to go. And this is such a rare thing for me because I don't ever get to stream on Saturday. I don't. It's just so rare. So I'm going to do it. And I don't know for how long, but here's the caveat. Pappy is in the kitchen painting. So prepare for that. There may be a few scrapes, there may be a few scrumbles, there might even be a swear word or two from me, not Pappy. Pappy doesn't swear, but I do, and it's Saturday morning and I have to be really careful not to swear. So, hey, hi, I'm Mammy and this is the Mammy Mushrooms channel. Let's get busy, huh? Like I said, I never get to stream on Saturdays, so I'm super excited. And I don't know for how long I'll get to stream. But I have two goals, and that is to build a giant tree there, and maybe another one there. And I'm thinking here on top of that iron. So, I am doing speed building, which Hodge-Podge, which means I get until dawn, from dawn to dusk. And so I have to go to changing my daylight. And then we'll start at dawn. It's a little dark. So you start at dawn, you get to build until dusk, and then you have to move on. It's quite fun, and it takes you out of I don't know, it takes you out of a zone of where when you're building you think everything has to be perfect because you don't have time to make it perfect. You'll just have to come back and change those things. Okay, ready? Here we go. All right, dawn is behind me. This happens to be my pixel art that I'm working on that I do on Tuesdays, and so if you want to know how to build pixel art, please definitely watch Tuesdays or just look at I have it on Instagram and YouTube. Not everything is on either of those channels, but a lot are. Okay, so in the real Minecraft, these trees are like 4 wide. And to make it to scale to this piece of pixel art that I'm doing, they're like 4 wide and they could be maybe like 12 or 15 tall. So if this is a bush in this piece of art and most bushes are maybe this large, then that means I'm saying that I'm going to have to go 3 times normal. So I'm going to make it 12 wide, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe that's too big. 5, 6. Let's see what 6 looks like. Okay, I like this. Yeah. I think that's appropriate. We won't go 2/3. We'll just go this big. I'm going to pull back and decide now how high to go. So I only have until dusk, so I can't really dilly-dally. I have to just decide and go. So if I move real fast and it looks like I might be making errors, that's the whole point of speed building. It gets you out of your zone. But you go till dusk so that you can see exactly what you are missing in light. And my goal is to get everything in my belt used within I think it's only 20 minutes. So I'm going to leave it hollow inside. You won't know. It won't matter and it'll save time. If I want, I could have used code though and just made all of this solid. But I don't mind doing it this way. I kind of like doing it this way. So I'm going to pull back here real quick and make sure. I want to check my time because before I leave, I absolutely want to have some leaves set out so that the next time I come back. So the rules of Hodge-Podge that we play here at my house, or actually in the studio with family and friends, mostly me and Pappy, is you have to leave at dusk, but you can come back after you've done 5 other Hodge-Podges. So because I don't have a whole lot, I don't know how much time I have today. I'm not going to necessarily follow that rule. I might come back. We'll say 3 because I might only have an hour to stream, and this is something I really want to work on to see what it looks like. Because come pixel art on Tuesday, my pixel art viewers will be like, "What is that?" And I'll be like, "You know, I had some time on Saturday, and I made this giant tree." So that's the way it's going to work out. Okay, after this one I'm going to pull back and make sure the height is right because 10, 20, 30. Yeah, it's about 3 times the size. So this is going to look great. Look at that. It's going to look like a great tree. All this will go. I'll just use code to remove it. I won't do it now though. I don't have time for code in Hodge-Podge. You gotta just build. So after this, we're going over to the gold golem. I'm working on El Banco in there. And man, I've been dying to get back to there because I'm getting right ready to build a rail station there at the gold golem. It's gonna look really cool, and it's gonna go between the gold golem and the diamond golem. And so I have to build these giant pillars with fire, and I'm excited for those because this is the first time I'm going to have a rail that goes, it'll essentially be 2 rails, one way and another way coming back. This will be cool. All right, let's see. I'm going to check time. Oh, just halfway done already. I like the height. I'm good with the height. So because I am halfway through already, I'm going to pull up. We're going to come on this side now. I'm going to exchange out and begin the leaves because it's going to take a bit for these. It'll be giant. Did I say giant? And so in my lore, if you know anything about me, our lore is all about medieval kingdom of King Yorg and Queen Vincenza. And so in my lore, this is going to be the magistrate's house, and he's a giant. And now giants are going to be brand new to 5B. They're going to be something that has come from over at the gem. If you haven't seen my gem people, they're these alien pod people, and they're 10,000 block away, but the giants are going to come from there. And that's it's exciting because the giants are going to be like the gold golem, and they're going to help the king fight all those nasties that come up from the nether and kidnap his people. So we're excited about that in our lore. Okay, I'm going to pull back and see how wide do I want this tree to go, because I'm still working on pixel art on oh, it needs to be much wide, much more. Okay. I'm not going to go this way though, because I am still working pixel art, so I'm going to go this way. But I do want to kind of get an idea of how wide do I need to go. At least that wide. Yeah. Okay, I'm only going to do a few more, and then I'm going to get into the lower part that I want to do, because I can see the light is fading. I don't want to leave yet. So normally I do this on debauchery night, but I fell asleep last night. So, and I so wanted to work on this that I told Pappy, hey Pappy, do you mind if I sit down and stream on Saturday? I never stream on Saturday. So it's exciting for me. I think we're probably going to have to come at least this far down with the greenery. Yeah. And that width looks good. I like that. So we're going to have to come out this way the same. Building in the clouds. Nice. So normally Hodge-Podge is all about doing detail on already started projects. And technically this is an already started project because of the house. And if you want to know how to do the pixel art that we do here at 5B, then you can easily catch at least season 3 of pixel art, which is the winter theme season, on YouTube. Most of them expired here on Twitch, so you can't see them anymore. Okay, I'm going to stop this. I just want to bring this out just to see what it will be like. Yeah. Get rid of that cloud. Okay, it's going to have to be that wide to match the ones that are in the game. And it's going to have to come down. So that in the game, they normally come down anywhere between 6 and 10 block. So in here, if I'm at least doubling it, I have to come down 20. But I think I'm kind of tripling the size here, so I'm not going to come down 60. But we'll say 6, 12, 18. So we'll just take an average. So about 18 down. Darn it. The sun's going down already. I'm not gonna make it. I do need to have throw block in here, so this one will be upside down. Okay, it's getting dark. I wanted to hang what looks like, I need to come out here a little bit and put some of those little edge ones that they have. So that's a throw block. It'll have to go all the way up to the tree. There we go. I'm going to throw light just for a minute. It's not quite dusk. And these will be my lanterns. Try 2, see what 2 looks like. Oh yeah, I'll use those for lanterns in the tree. Darn it, it's dusk. I gotta go. That's really too bad. I really wanted to work on this more. Oh, it'll be great, though. It'll be great. Look at that. It'll really go well. Come. Oh, I need to sleep. I haven't slept for a long time. Come Tuesday during pixel art, I put my supplies away in here. I didn't even get to that or the fire or that. Right. Ready? We're going to go again. Bam! Here we go. Off we go. Like I said, I'm going to the gold golem. So I'm going to have to make it light just so we can see. And then we'll go to dawn when we get over to the gold golem. All right, let's see what it looks like from far away. Oh, it does. It looks like a tree. And it's so very little. There's probably at least, gosh, I don't know, 200, 300 more that have to be put onto that. Okay, this is the shipyard of 5B. This is one of our lighthouses. And here is El Banco and the gold golem. And one of the things that we've been working on, Pappy and I, is the bank. And I can't get in yet because I don't have buttons. But I showed how to make these interior waterfalls. You might still be able to see that on a previous episode. And here's our bank. So this is a previous pixel art, and you can and will be able to go into here and come up like so. From here you're going to be able to come up behind the pixel art, or actually I'm going to make stairs in front of the pixel art, so in survival mode we'll be able to actually get up, get into here, and come into this little area where there's a natural spawner that I left, and just get tons of experience points. Let them come out at you. 300 them. And so that coincidentally also matches up with this tunnel I have, which I can do the same thing. I can open it up on this side and drag out. If I hang out here long enough, there'll be like 12 little arms poking out through that, wanting to kill me in survival mode. And so I'm working here right now on the interior of this bank. Pappy and I are working on this right now. And the interior of this bank will go deep and dark into long places in these walls, including underground. So when you come into the bank, and that door will open eventually, when you come into the bank, there'll be like a reception here. There'll be dudes behind bars like what I have at the other train station. And you'll log in what it is. And then likewise, when the gold comes in from the gold golem. So if you're unfamiliar, this is the gold golem. Oops, sorry. And our gold golem in our lore digs gold at night and comes and stands here during the day and guards. He doesn't really care about the gold. He gives it to the king, and that's what's made this kingdom so wealthy. And you see the beginning of the kingdom in the background there. So, hey, baby. See how his eyes follow me? I'm going to do a stream to show how to make that effect. And I'll put it up on Instagram and YouTube, but not now. Okay, so here's where the train station's going to be. And it's going to come in the back. And the reason why it's going to come in the back is because we just recently, so the gold golem has been here for about, he came out of the ground almost 15 years ago. And just recently, we had rumbling, and he would stop his digging at night and just traverse this little path. You can see he's just dug channel after channel. And he would stand here, just right here on this, no platform was here, it was just a mountain. So the king ordered us to build, me and Pappy, to build a platform for him because it looked like he wanted to come and stand here and watch out over the ocean and then maybe have a new mine and dig here. This is all in gold territory, so it's just filled with gold. But we were getting these rumblings, these crazy rumblings. Like maybe we're going to have they were going to have some sort of an earth shake here or something, and they just had no clue. And so he'd come and he'd stand on this platform, and then he would go back at night and stand on that platform, and he stopped digging gold. And this whole kingdom is built on gold. So the king said, I need you to build him a platform. So this is what Pappy and I did. We built him a platform. Let me sleep so I can get rid of the withers. Okay. 400 days played. I know. That represents years, though. But still, that's a lot of my life. An entire year. Okay, back on track. Sorry. So anyways, we thought, okay, the gold golem wants to come and stand here and look out over this ocean now because maybe he senses something is going to be coming from this way. We build him a platform. He goes walking back over here, and he begins to start digging again. And we're like, what? Yay! So all of a sudden we hear this huge rumbling, and the earth does shake. And out of this hole here, and behind this mountain steps up and over this golem. And she's carrying diamonds. Oh my, oh my. The kingdom is, they're just going crazy. And they're worried because they're worried that she might want to just take the gold. But no, she's just like the gold golem. And she freely wants, she doesn't care anything about it. Anything about it. She just wants to dig it. And so the gold golem knew that she was coming. And he came and he stood here. We can't communicate with him. He doesn't speak our language. He's ancient. And we don't speak his. And now there's two. And this is the question that's going all around the kingdom is her belt, like her belt body, her skin matches the terrain. And we're wondering, are there diamond and gold golems in every biome? In every single biome? There could be. And so we were just like, oh man. Now, she's unique because she's got this dog that followed her out too. And he came up from kind of underneath right there. And he's carrying bones. But he's not carrying normal bones. Now, we're a little bit leery of this dog because we're kind of afraid he might eat us. We don't really know if he's super friendly or not. But the cool thing about him, two cool things about him, is his bones are full of emeralds. I don't know how or what or why that works. But everybody is in an uproar of that. And now at night, her and the dog go back behind the mountain and go back down. And they will dig up and throw up diamonds from this area. It takes them a little bit longer. So she'll go down, be gone for 24 hours, then come back up and stand for 24 hours. Here's the cool thing. Wherever she goes, this dog has this hat and follows her. And you know what this is. This allows you to build or to dig like butter wherever you are. So she comes up with loads and loads and loads of diamonds every other day. And we are thrilled. We don't know her name. We just call her Helga. And you can see it's kind of windy here right by the ocean. She doesn't quite, she's leery of me. Look at her eyes follow me. She doesn't quite know what to do. She really doesn't. So, with me, because I can fly and most of the other people around here can't. So this is what we're going to do. This is where the rail's going to go. And this is what I mean by the rail's going to come up on one side, come around, and go on the other side. And so this is what I'm going to start working on my next dawn to dusk. So here we go. Go into dawn, which is sunrise. Bam. There we are. It's coming up that way now. First thing I need to do is build a couple more of these. And so this is 1, 2, 3. This is a 3x3. And I just need to have it in form of the others. So 1, 2, 3. And I'm not sure if these are all the same height, but they'll need to be the same height ultimately. So I'm going to take everything up to, those are higher than that, 125. Okay, I think this is 125. Standing, yes. So that means I need to come down here. I have copy, which is pick block in your, I think it's your controller settings. Okay, that's 126. So now I'm going to put fire back on top. This will be a really cool rail ride. I have some really cool rail rides already, but this one's going to be really cool because it's going to be high up in the sky. Okay, I'm going to bring this one up to 125. So I call her Helga. I don't know her name. I just call her Helga. And honestly, if she could understand me, I don't know whether she would like it or not, whether she would appreciate it or not. Okay, so I'm still just going to be coming in this sort of line. I'm not worried about how, if they're on the same chords, as long as they're very close, because I can fix that as we go along. It'll be a really cool rail ride. Okay, I'm going to do 3 here. Go up to 125. I've been really wanting to do this for a long time, ever since she came up. Okay, so we need to decide here, where will the rail station be for her here? And this looks like genuinely like an awesome spot. So that'll come out, that'll come out, that'll come out, and all that'll come out. Just like that. And the way I'm going to do it is take the time. Oh, I was going to use code, but I'm not going to. Just mark it with fire for right now. I don't want to waste time digging or using code. So the rail's going to come in here. You'll land, you'll come back up, and there's going to have to be another rail on this side. So, and then it needs to go all the way over to behind the gold golem. It's a shorty. But that's okay. Okay. So now at this point, it's going to need to come from, I think the support needs to continue out here. So we're going to come out of the water on this one. Same thing. 1, 2, 3. I'm going all the way up to 125. And really, these will probably end up being bigger. Like, they're kind of skimpy platforms to support what they're going to be supporting. But for right now, I'm just going to use this to mark space. And then we'll go back in, probably in another Hodge-Podge. Okay, 125 and fire. That looks good, looks good. Okay, so continuing on around this angle. Now the rail's going to jump, and this will be our biggest platform right here. So it'll go up, and then it'll come down on both sides. So we won't make it super high. Just about like that. And so therefore, I'm going to raise this one up and this one. We're going to go ahead and just make them come up a little bit. 130. $140. $150. And so now we're going to come back behind the gold golem. So it'll be difficult, a little difficult building on an angle, but I think I can do it. Building the rail on an angle. Okay, so if that's at 150, we'll go 140. A tiny one. And you'll start coming in and coming back. Now, here's the issue. This is where when he first started digging down here, he just came up from, well, way over there. Kind of where she came up, actually. And then he just reached his arm down in here and started digging. And he has slithered down in here from underneath and up top and dug it out like this much. Isn't that crazy? He hasn't even begun to really dig. And sometimes he goes so deep we don't even know where he goes. So I'm going to come around his, out of respect, around his little vein, or vein hole, or mine hole. And we want it to come around the back anyway at this point. And I think I'm going to make it 135. Coming on down. Yeah. And one more angle, and then we need to come around to there, to the train station there. So we'll do it right here. Like I said, I have pick block, and all that does is copy. And you can use it in survival mode play, or yeah, survival mode play, only if you have it in your upper belt. So I would have had to have had this in my upper belt in order for me to just pick it and change. But it does work. So if you're building and you're using multiple, items, it's very helpful in quick building, I think. Okay, so that was 135, so I'm going to go up to 130 here. Go across again at 130 right here. And I am going to have this be straight on this chord. 338, 860, 864. Okay. So center will be 864. So that means I need to come up one more. Center's 864 right there. So 2 more. Okay, that one's 130, so I'm going to go one. Oh no, we're going to do a couple of them at this level at 130. Bar. And I think I'm going to do one more right here. And then from here, we'll go in, because I want to come in behind his structure. I don't want to have to be dealing with that. Oh no, it's getting dusk already. That means I got to go on. Hurry quickly. It goes by fast, doesn't it? Okay, 864 center. I think I'm going to go back to the shipyard and work on, and I'm going to go 130. Is that 130? Wow. And work on my my warring ships, rebuild them. Okay, this is looking really good. One more right here before it gets dark. Come on. You can do this. At 130. Oh. That is 130. Okay, good. Good to know. Oh, wow. So now we see where the rail is going to go. It doesn't look like an 864 and an 864, does it? I can't deal with it now. Right, Mr. Golem. And so her little structure is going to be very similar to this. Maybe I'll go work on that. No. Because I really am not sure. Let me see how we did the tops here. Oh, well, so it's just inset by 2 in most places. Nope. Maybe. I go do my third one over here. And work on the warring ships. Okay, so this shipyard is the Royal Shipyard. And so only royal boats come in here. Royal ships. And I guess ships that would be bringing people into port. And there's actually not that many of them. They would get out over there. But all the royalty comes in from this ocean back here. And so this port is pretty much exclusive. This is the Queen ship. It's called Adusa, meaning the goddess. And this is a really, really beautiful, intricate ship. And it's probably the most expensive one built yet for the kingdom. But it's necessary because it's the Queen ship. And this is the Queen's daughter and King's daughter, who is now married. So she's no longer a princess. She's a queen of her own in her own kingdom and mansion. But this is in port for some repairs and possibly even some expansions. And they're trading out their camels. They don't work well at the mansion. So they're bringing their camels back, and I guess they're going to take horses back. They think that'll work better. Okay, this is just a tribute to the dragon that killed the Queen's brother. He's dead now too, that dragon. And this is the Navy Yard. And so you cannot get into 5B unless those tanks are emptied and the bridge gets raised. So it's right now you can see it's raised up. It's perfect. Oh, it's not raised up. What is that? Oh, those are supports. Wow. Isn't that crazy what it takes to make a drawbridge back in medieval times? Because they really, really, really depend on... Pappy built this. It's just beautiful. Oh, they really depend on weight. Okay, this is the Navy Yard. And we are currently... I would still call this in beginning phase. This is the second lighthouse. Now this is just a lighthouse for the Navy. So this is where the lightkeeper lives full time. A really cool little mini lighthouse for him. And then this is the lighthouse, which is for viewing possible incoming dangers from the ocean on this side. This is all ocean out here. So, because the king has the gold golem and now the diamond golem, he's so wealthy that he has bought a couple of the newest technology ships. And they brought them into port and they had them go to war. It was fascinating. And you can see it on my YouTube channel if you want. And basically it was just set up with a lot of pressure plates and a total random of what might happen. Now it looks like this boat lost, but this boat actually lost. I've just repaired this one to the point that it looks better than this one. So this is what I'm going to do next on my Hodge-Podge is work on repairing this war boat because King wants another demonstration. So up goes all that. We must christen. Pew. So you can see all of the places where if someone stepped on a pressure plate down in here, then it would set off whatever's in here. And you can see that sometimes it could be a rocket and sometimes it could be a fire charge. And these ships were just burning alive. Okay, going to dawn. This will probably be my last one. I got things to do, but so fun. Okay, dawn. Here we go. We're gonna need that. We're gonna need that. We're gonna need that just to start. So yeah, I had a problem right before the war went off. I got these cats that came on board that you just saw, and they were walking over all these pressure plates and setting off, well, pretty much everything. Oh, honey, let me help you. Her. Live. Okay, so I'm going to start by going lowest first and repairing from up. So we're going to go underwater and work on bringing the boat back to its first shape. See if we can get that done in that time. Oh, Christmas is over. I gotta take off my decorations, put on a Valentine decoration. Stopping the water flow. That one stays open. That one looks good. Okay, just going underneath to stop water flow. Repair the hole. Looks like the hole got blown out pretty good here. And by the end of it, there were dudes in the water everywhere. Like, literally, the guys on the ship were abandoning ship just as NPC players. It was awesome. Okay, going over to this side. That looks good. Kitty. Wow. It's really got watch out. Oh wow. Okay. And basically I set them up with the same amount of guys. I set the ships up with the same amount of, you know, booby traps, pressure plates in which they'd set up. And it's just that the guys on this ship did a better job. But the king and queen loved it. Oh my gosh, everybody came out to see. And as you can see, we still have a lot of water safety guys in the water. For repairs and such. The king and queen sat right over here and they watched the war happen. And basically the king ordered immediately, you know, more ships. This is the queen's colors, king's colors. So they sat in their little lounge chairs and they waited until dark. They had a big old barbecue here. I mean, it was huge. There were so many people here. And they just basically watched this war happen between these ships. And it was grand. It really was. Okay, going back down over here. Dilly-dally. You can't dilly-dally on speed building. So I recommend that you try Hodge-Podge because when people talk to me about building, one of the things I hear most common from people is, I just don't know how, and I'm afraid I'll make a mistake. Well, if you're building in creative mode, it doesn't matter if you make a mistake. You can fix it. And really the only way that you're going to learn is by making those mistakes and saying, oh, that didn't look right. Or what does it look like if I do this? That's most important. And I do that all the time. And if I don't like it, then I change it. And that's the most important thing. Don't live with something. Okay, it looks like... Oh, yay! We now have... This is one of the masts. Coming up. Nice. Nice. Well, I can't believe this didn't burn up. I made these purposefully out of wool so that they would burn. This one did. No? Oh, I think a little bit did. We're going to bring this up just a little higher. You can see that the this one is stopped in motion, and this one was coming through in motion when the war happened, or when the it wasn't a war. It was really just an example to show the king and queen all the latest technologies. Wait, can I cover that one? You got to be careful too about covering because not everything is supposed to be covered. This ship, as bad as it looks, you should have seen the other ship. It was pretty much sinking, and that is really why they were abandoning it. I mean, they were just getting in the water. Even the animals on the ship, like the cats, they were abandoning ship. It was funny. Okay, that looks like that's the end of that because there's a surviving light. I'm not really sure what I did there, but I'm gonna leave it for now. And it looks like I have all, oh no, is that windows? Those are windows. Okay. It looks like I have all holes closed off now. Look at that. That is a hot burning rod, man. You get that jamming you in the side, your ship's going down. Down. Let's go ahead and close off this level here. So we have to leave a space there for guys to crawl up. And we only lost, like, it was all volunteer. These are all either Navy or like ex-pirates. There's a lot of existing pirates that work for the Navy now. We're still in medieval times here, so we're not that sophisticated yet. So like this one just shoots fireworks because it just goes straight up in the sky. And so why all the mayhem, and there's several of those on each boat that just shoot fireworks. So why all the mayhem is going on back and forth between the ships. There's fireworks in the sky. It's cool, and I'll do it again. And I'm pretty sure that I put it up on my YouTube account. So if you want to see it and how it went down, it took about half an hour to sink the one ship to declare a winner. But the king was, like I said, so impressed with the technology that he ordered, a lot of these ships. I don't even know how many. And so that's what they're doing right now. Okay, this looks like stairs up, but you'd never be able to actually walk it. So bring this one around. I'm guessing that there's flooring. Yeah, looks like white flooring. Here. Which means it probably goes all the way back to, oh no, the sun's going down, hurry. So fast. I swear 20 minutes just flies when you're just, building creative or even just playing this game. It's night again already? Already? Okay, and then we have a top floor here. I'm not going to get to it. Let me focus on completing. Or at least tying up loose ends. Hurry, it's getting dark. Okay, it looks like those stay. Fireworks. Okay. Standing, squatting, putting a button on. I'm not going to put any pressure plates down until the end. So it looks like when they go up and down the stairs here, they are going to walk on that pressure plate. Okay, I gotta go. It's dark. I fly around, take a peek at what we were able to accomplish. Oh, it looks good. It's starting to look like a boat again, like a ship, like a real ship. It looked so sad before, didn't it? It needs a lot of detail. I definitely like this ship. So this ship comes from the Southlands. Even though it's a warring ship, it's designed for luxury enjoyment for those on ship. This ship comes from the Northlands, which is where the king hails. This ship is made for damage, damage, damage. So it's made to just kill, kill, kill. And kudos to it. Bam! All right. Let's head out. Let's head over this way. I could work in the Navy, but it's kind of a lot of digging right now. This is the King's coin. And this is, oops. This is a mini warship. This is what first came to town for the king to see. And the small little example before he ordered 2 of these to be built and brought in was just this, the newest technology. And it's just fire, fire. Oh no, that one's gonna go and go and go. Darn it. So this is the danger for this. This will go and go and go and go for miles. And it'll hit land. And if it happens to hit a forest, it will start a forest on fire. Now, likewise, if you want a forest gone, just throw a fire charge at it, a couple fire charges at it, and let it burn down. So I'm going to need to remove from here the Christmas holiday theme and put a big giant wreath of heart around that. But not now. That'll be done in pixel art. Okay, so that was a mistake. I'm going to have to chase that one down after the stream and make sure it doesn't destroy a whole forest. Wasn't expecting it to swing wide. I was expecting it just to catch this wool on fire. All right, this is Clothier Island. Clothier Island is made up entirely of women and sometimes their children, or often their children. But this is medieval times, and there's a lot of campaigns, and a lot of husbands die. A lot die. And wives are left with poverty, despair, starving children. And the king was like, no, 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 no. I am not that kind of king. If you live in my kingdom and your husband dies in service of my... Oh, that's dark back there. If you die in service of the kingdom and you have wives and children, it's not that they're just taken care of. They have to work. Everyone here works, but what they do is they either grow flowers for dyes over at that building right there. That's where they make clothes. Or they work here, and this is probably one of the main jobs, this is taking care of all the animals used to make the wool for the clothes. They're getting into making a little bit of armor here, but they'll be probably more likely an armor island. So they figured out how to dye their sheep so they can now already come out with colored wool. So we've got a couple stuff on top, got a dude stuck on top. A lot of crazy stuff going on here. And this is where they all sleep up here. Well, there's stations. So this is the kitchen. So they have to have cooks. This is their break room. They come in, get a lot of... It's an easy life, but they still have to work. This is where their children usually will study. Actually, this is not where the children study. This is where the women study and learn how to do certain kind of animal husbandry with the animals. So, and back down to the lower level. And the upper level, oh, I didn't show you the upper level, so this is where many of them on this side, so this is where they do a lot of studying. Yeah, a lot of lounging in here too. And this is where they do a lot of when they're relaxing and not working and off on shift. You'll find this place crowd dud for sure. Come on, open. Then they all sleep. A lot of them sleep up here. It's just... Many of them have kind of teenage sons, and a lot of them prefer to sleep here as well. So it is mixed up here. You can find all different kinds, boys and girls, men or young men and women. And there's been a few mishaps. So the king has ordered that when the Clothier Island children are 13, when the males are 13, it's time for them to go. So, and learn a trade somewhere else. So that's, you know, and then this is where they make the clothes. And so these women who are widowed have a choice. They can come here and work and make clothes, or this is a big complex here of animals, and so it takes a lot of time, and they're learning a lot too as far as animals, and they're learning a trade. And some women have left. They don't have to stay here. They can marry and go off again, but not every woman wants to just marry right away, and the king recognized that. So he's hailed for pretty much being a modern king, and everyone gives credit to that to his queen, because she comes from the south, and they're just lovers. They're not fighters. Okay, this is Cesar Fasinelli's castle. Now, Cesar Fasinelli is the meat trader, but he is also what you would call a highly skilled veterinarian in today's modern day, because and so he helps a lot down here, and he's also he's a serial seed lever, so King has a few issues with him. And I'm going to end over here at my castle. This is mine and Pappy's castle. King gave us this land from here. Oh, it goes all the way out to the water, to the ocean. It's a beautiful piece of property. And 5B is that way. Yorgsville is that way. And this is the place where they grow many of the flowers for Clothier Island over there. And this is the greenhouse. And I think this is probably where I'll stop, because I got to do stuff. But oh my gosh, How fun! How fun has it been to build on a Saturday morning like I'm playing cartoons? Ha! It's been great. I loved it. Bam. Bam. One more. Bam. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed speed building, and I certainly hope that you try it because there's nothing like it, really. I mean, it takes you out of your comfort zone for sure, but don't let it stop you. Just build, and then, like, if I want, I can go back now out of speed building and do the things that I saw or want to correct when I was speed building. So it gets you out of so like if you're in a funk and you don't know what to do and you speed build and you're just throwing block because you have to throw block because you're speed building, then it gets you out of a funk and it gets you like, oh, I want to work on that some more. That was fun. All right. Speed build away. Hug, 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 hug. Kiss. Cheek. Kiss. Cheek. Please be kind to animals and each other. And call your congressmen and senators and tell them to make a stand. All right. No more politics. Take care. Have a great weekend. And please follow me here and on Instagram and YouTube if you like. If you want to be kind, I would so appreciate it. Take care, all. Bye.